the question is then, who comes in to replace Ronaldo? It's a big miss.
It's scary. You know, you look at Manchester City, they brought in Haaland. Manchester City, Alvarez is coming as well, who can also play up there. You've got Liverpool with Núñez. Spurs have already got Kane. Havertz has been playing well as a striker for Chelsea. Manchester United have got no one. Nobody. Rashford has not been on great form. Yes, he can play as a striker, but he's not in good form, good confidence. They need probably 2 strikers to come in, but who's available? Even Arsenal have got their act together and brought in Gabriel Jesus. Like Man United are in big trouble in that department if he decides to leave.
Yeah, would you agree with that, Ali? That this is
100%.
I mean, it's a talisman that they're going to be losing in Ronaldo. But obviously, when you look at the goals that he scored, and look at last season, some of those goals he scored were pivotal in terms of winning the matches as well.
They've got a lot of players, haven't they, Ali, that that don't step up in big moments. You know, last season, Rashford shied away when it got tough. Sancho did as well. Ronaldo stepped up, didn't he, and got them vital goals. If he goes, it could be even worse than last season's position.
I think United have got... they're in as precarious a position as they've been in a long, long time, because there is going to kind of been a change of the guard. Mata, Matic, Lingard, Ronaldo, look as though they're all leaving the club. And I don't know what you think yourself, Gabby and Natalie. I just think Manchester United, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I think they're now in a position where there are other clubs that would appear more attractive for players to go to. A lot more attractive for top players to go to. Manchester United
if I had the choice, Ali, to go to Manchester City, Liverpool before Manchester United, no brainer. But I'd also go to Chelsea, no brainer, before Manchester United, and I'll choose Spurs now. If I was a player now playing, I could go to Spurs or Manchester United. I'm going to Spurs.
Arsenal? Do they get ahead?
Even Arsenal, I'm going before Manchester United. They're in a shambles moment, and Ronaldo wants to leave because of it. They've got players they can't rely on, and even De Jong from Barcelona, he's like, I might go, but I'll see how I feel. I'll let you know. I'll let you know in a month. That's what Manchester United have come to.
That sums it up.
It's actually embarrassing for Manchester United fans, everyone associated with them, that they've become that club that players are like, maybe if I can get to Spurs, to my agent, I'll go there, but if not, then go on then, I'll go Man United. That's what it's come to.
I think what Ten Hag, his best option, listeners, we've all got an opinion on it, I get that, but I'm going to give you mine. I think he's going to have to go and try and recruit some of the best youngsters. When I say youngsters, I don't mean 16, 17. I mean guys that are maybe 20, 22, 23 that are going to improve and will clearly get Manchester United back into Champions League football. My point is, it's going to be a slow process. It's going to be 3-4 years process. And if they go and sign top players at this moment in time, the top players aren't going to go. I mean, they're not going to go.
Well, or if they are, it's taking a long time to convince them.
Exactly. Like we look at last season, Ali, and you seen the likes of Sancho didn't really turn up. Rashford didn't really turn up. You know, you say young players, but then they've needed Ronaldo to get them out of trouble in games, to stand up and not ghost when it matters. So bringing in more young players, like you said, it's going to take 3-4 years, isn't it, before they get anywhere close?
I think it's going to take that anyway, Gabby. I genuinely do. There's nothing, I don't see anything that's going to make turn Manchester United overnight into a Champions League.
No way.
And challenging team for the title. No way. Nothing overnight.
No.
Nothing. It's going to take 3 or 4 years.
I'm sure there was, and I've lost it, but there was a text or a tweet that we got in earlier on that was sort of talking about this situation with regards to Cristiano Ronaldo, and basically saying, is this not, apart from the fact he's a serial winner and he wants to play at the very highest level for as long as he can, he wants to continue to break records, I'm sure, and win individual accolades as well, but he's always talked, I mean, when he moved to Manchester United, or back to Manchester United, he spoke about being back at home, essentially. But is this kind of him wanting out? And there's also been a story about a 25% pay cut that some of the players have had to take. Now, whether that's true, it's just reports that I've read, because they're not in the Champions League. Is this all kind of showing the implosion still that is taking place at Manchester United when it's supposed to be a rebuild?
He would have saw last season maybe players' attitudes around the training ground, how they wasn't maybe too bothered after defeats. And he's probably thinking to himself, I'm not in the Champions League that I want to be in, but we're not even close to winning a trophy. He doesn't want to spend these last 2-3 years at the top in a team that probably next season might not even finish in the top 6. he knows there's big problems there, and he wants to jump ship, and that's what I think he will do this summer.
Go on, Ali.
Where's he going? That's what I'm saying, Gabby. He ain't staying in England. I said when Josie came on, he had a good chat with Josie. He ain't going to Chelsea. That's a non-starter. He wants to play Champions League football. He ain't staying in England, I don't think. So what does he do? What are his options?
But Ali, the thing as well, though, even if he's going to a club where he's not going to start every game, he's going to go to a club that are going to be playing in the Champions League, have got a chance of winning their league title, and as a club, it's a signing that you will take. Look at the shirts that the club are going to sell. My 7-year-old son is obsessed with Ronaldo. He supports Manchester United because of Ronaldo. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, this is what he's going to have, effect he's going to have wherever club he goes to.
Yeah, and if you go back to last season when he did come along, when he did sign, I should say, for Manchester United, I'm sure it was Lee Grant, the goalkeeper, who was there. He was saying about the change of mentality overnight. Mm-hmm. Everyone started thinking about what they were eating, for example, because they just witnessed this machine in Ronaldo. What is it like, though, to be at a club, and this is for both of you, but I don't know if you've ever been in this situation where a player of such high quality or a really important player wants to leave? What does that do to the environment in the club when it's becoming what you feel could be turning toxic at some point?
After you, Ali.
Well, I think there's an acceptance. You'd hope there was an acceptance that although you'd be losing a great player, time moves on and there's nobody bigger than the club, and the most important thing is the club. I don't care what anybody says, and great players have come to football clubs and they've left, and the club will always remain, right? So that is a factor that you have to think about. I always remember it was brilliant at Rangers during that Souness revolution when two of our first 3 signings were the England captain and England goalkeeper. And it was the whole place just took off, Gabby, man, in that lane. I was like, wow. All of a sudden, I'm in a dressing room with Terry Butcher, Trevor Francis, Ray Wilkins, Gary Trevor Stevens, great players, fantastic England internationals, and that just took the whole thing to another level. But these players they go the same way they come. I can remember Big Terry leaving the club, and it was very, very sad. Of course, it was sad, but that was the end of that particular era.
But Ali, let's be honest. If let's say, for instance, that Liverpool want Ronaldo this season, he would go there. He wouldn't think that they're the biggest rivals to Manchester United. They wouldn't go there. Same with Manchester City. Ronaldo would do what's best for Ronaldo. He will have an affection for Manchester United, but I don't think he loves Manchester United that much to stay and help them get back to winning trophies and back to the Champions League.
This is the problem. This is the problem Ronaldo's got, Gabby, I think. I understand he's a winner and one of the greatest players that's played the game. I get all that. And I love him myself as a player. I think his achievements have been fantastic. But in everybody's career, there comes a time when you start going down the slope.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to accept that, though. He's going to see, Messi's younger, yes, 2-3 years younger. He'll be seeing Messi's going to play Champions League next season. He's going to score Champions League goals. He's got a chance of the Ballon d'Or. I'm going to be at Manchester United playing on a Thursday with players that can't pick out passes to me. He's looking at the likes of Fred giving the ball away, the defence conceding goals. He's probably thinking, you know what? I want to be at a team where I've got a chance of winning another Champions League. I've got a chance of getting to more assists in the Champions League, more goals, more league titles.
But my point is, Gab, I don't think the teams that have got a chance of winning the Champions League will take Ronaldo. I don't think they will. You can rule Liverpool and City out right away. There's 2 right away. I know Josie mentioned Real Madrid. I don't think there's any way he's going back to Real Madrid.
But do you think maybe he's thinking, you know what, maybe I won't get a Man City, Liverpool, Real Madrid, but I could get a team that are playing in the Champions League.
There was links with Chelsea, wasn't there?
Yeah,
reports
that's what I mean.
Last week were talking about Chelsea.
That can't happen. That cannot happen, Natalie. That
I don't think
can't
it will,
happen.
no.
That's not a good move for Chelsea.
No.
There's no way it's a good move for Chelsea.
Why? Why is it not a good move? If he's guaranteed goals, which they didn't have with Lukaku.
But it's not long. Well, they've got more goals now with Sterling, and it's a short-term fix. And Chelsea do not need a short-term fix. I don't think. Right? They're building for the future. They've got a new owner, right? And he's going to spend a few quid. I get that, but he's wanting to build. He's wanting to build his own legacy.
The thing as well, Ali,
you don't do that by signing a 37-year-old who has been brilliant.
With Thomas Tuchel as well, Ali. I said it yesterday when he was at PSG. He looked like he hated it there. He brought Mbappe off. Mbappe off and he was having a tantrum on the sideline with him.
place is just a circus.
Neymar, whenever he had to bring him off, he was like looking at him and didn't look like he had that power there. He doesn't want to bring in Ronaldo, who's going to want to play every minute of every game. He's going to be like
That's a circus
at Chelsea
Gabby.
now. Thomas Tuchel has got no players bigger than the club.
No.
He doesn't want to bring in a player with
Correct.
an ego who's going to be bigger than Chelsea.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.